Phase me out, you bus whack.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Pete and his bus. I know I've been off the air for a while, but I have good reason. I was creating a future reserve bus driver, and his name is Max. And just when I thought that wasn't enough chaos in my life, all four of us decided to be very ill for the last few weeks. So badly so that I've not actually physically been able to get into the barn and do work on my buses. But we are back and we are feeling good. And before all this chaos started, I did manage to get away for some time to drive someone else's bus on an international trip. And this is how it went down.
So really excited to come to Raccoon and pick up another bus that they're gonna wrap, but this time they're gonna wrap it in my own barn. Now, do you wanna see the bus? It's really cool. Or is it? Oh dear. So as you might have gathered, this is not my favorite bus in the world. You all know I love the old stuff. But if you look at what Raccoon are actually doing with these vehicles, you'll understand why this is their preferred choice. They do long distance across the country day after day for big corporate clients, so this stuff has to work and it has to get there on time every time. So that is how you vinyl wrap an entire bus in 2.5 days. But believe it or not, however funky this pink thing is, this is not actually the bus I'm taking on the road.
So we're doing a straight swap from this to this.
So swapping buses, I'm now taking
The old SHEIN bus, which has been completely stripped of its interior, to my barn because the weather's terrible, and they're gonna fit it out as a Christmas bus.
So, a Christmas bus. Would any of you like to have a guess at what design they've gone for? Remember, it's got to be Christmassy, it's got to be fun, and it's got to attract attention. Check this out.
Ho, ho, ho. There you go, one Christmas bus.
So apparently this was a particularly tricky bus to wrap because they've done loads of motifs that line up with the windows, and that means the stickers or the vinyl sections have got it absolutely matched. And apparently somewhere between computer and bus there was a few slight differences, and that made this one particularly tricky. But at first I thought, do I want to be driving a giant gingerbread house? But now that I've seen it, I actually think it looks pretty cool.
So that's one Christmas bus ready to go on a 2-week tour with me as the driver. But before we head out, she's got to go back to Raccoon to get the interior kitted out. Now, what I didn't film is that when she arrived at my barn, she actually grounded out and got stuck at the entrance, and it took 4 of us an hour to get her freed off and then drive her in over these railway sleepers. So now that I'm by myself, you can imagine I'm slightly nervous about driving her out. And as you can tell, it is a really tight squeeze, but I just about manage it, and she goes home unscathed. Gingerbread.
What have you been doing all day, Pete? I've been driving a giant gingerbread.
And there it is.
Reload gingerbread. Eventing is hardcore. You'll be up at the crack of dawn, and no matter what, you know it's going to be a late night. But your biggest issue is random problems that will arise that you'll have never prepared for. The first one being this. As we turn up to Manchester, there is no plug available to power our bus. Now, the local staff spend 2 hours digging up a manhole cover, which ends up being a drain rather than a power supply. And with our battery backup running down to as low as 5%, the problem finally gets escalated up the food chain, and someone turns up and solves our problem with 15 minutes to spare. Not the ideal way to start this whole tour, but as we all know, the show must go on. So what is this SHEIN Christmas bus all about? Well, SHEIN are a very popular online retailer, but they don't actually have any stores. So to give something back to their fans and hopefully attract a few more in the process, they create these SHEIN pop-up experiences. They stick a bus full of their stock in a busy shopping area, invite people to come on board, and offer them free gifts. That's right, free gifts. Hence, it's been so popular. So let's see how long it takes Manchester to realize that there is a SHEIN pop-up experience happening right here in their own city.
Right, guys, you're the first. Let's go. Yeah, good spin. Red.
The vital statistic on this tour is all about how many people we can get through this bus. And even though the start was fairly slow, Manchester really picked up, and by the end of the first day, 671 people have gone through the bus. And that is a great result. Reload gingerbread.
Good morning! It's another 5 a.m. start. I don't think it really matters what happens in my life. 5 a.m. is not good for anybody.
Reload gingerbread. Our next destination is slap bang in the middle of Liverpool, and we get to town so early that the riffraff from the night before are still rolling around in their own vomit and kebabs. And I get a really good chance to see all this because I get lost in the town centre for nearly half an hour trying to find the entrance to the pedestrianised shopping centre. But ultimately I find it, and once I'm there the staff take over, and within half an hour we are set up in the correct position and we have power. Quite a difference to the day before.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Not only is day 2 of the tour the busiest with around 1,500 people going through the bus, it is also technically the longest and the hardest for the crew and myself. Reload gingerbread! Once the bus is packed up in Liverpool and we've done a full day's work, we have to do a 2.5-hour drive directly to Nottingham to be ready for day 3. But that particular drive is straight through a snowstorm and it feels like it goes on for days. By the time I actually get to my hotel, I have rediscovered the meaning of the word cold, and I've been up for nearly 18 hours. So what do? Well, I have a pint of beer, of course. Reload gingerbread.
So what's a bus like in the snow? Well, they're actually pretty good because of the weight. It just sort of shovels everything out of the way as you go. They're good up until a limit, and I do not intend to find out what that limit is.
Santa, do you think we're ready to rock and roll today?
Well, I think everybody on board's all prepared, everything's ready to go. It's time to have some fun, don't you?
Excellent, let's do it.
Absolutely, let's do this, come on!
So the giant wheel upstairs in the bus has actually come off the wall. People have been that excited about spinning it. So I'm gonna go get some tools and we're gonna fix it. So for the purpose of YouTube, we're going to give the wheel a giant wang. My assistant. Go on, Ben!
Hey! Despite the extreme weather conditions and the fact that the giant prize-giving wheel fell off the wall, day 3 is still a massive success, and we pull the bones of 700 people through the bus. But I am now particularly looking forward to that bedroom in that hotel. But there is always time for food on the road. Reload gingerbread.
So that is leg 1 of the SHEIN tour done. Next stop, Ireland.
Day 6 and 7 are all about travel. By now you'll have noticed that my main responsibility is to simply make sure this bus turns up on time, reload gingerbread, is well presented and fully functional on the day. So we're going to take it very easy because I've got to make my way all the way to the next pop-up location, which is Limerick, a town towards the southwest of Ireland. My ferry to cross the ocean is booked for tomorrow morning, so my sole responsibility today is to travel the beautiful coastal route all the way to Holyhead.
So nice to get out of that freezing bloody bus.
Reload gingerbread.
So, they never let me through customs. Apparently my paperwork is out of date, my carnet hasn't been filled in properly, all sorts. None of this which I was informed to do, otherwise I would have, of course, done it. The only good thing is I was very, very much on time, so I've been sent back out the terminal to go to some holding area. I'm probably about to get arrested. And they're just sorting the paperwork out now. Back to the terminal, and because I was so early, I've got time to still make the ferry. Fingers crossed. Hopefully we'll get onto the sea soon. Alright, this time we are through!
Sadly, in Brexit Britain today, this is what we are faced with when travelling abroad. The new rules and regulations are so overly complicated, and what one party tells you in one place is completely different to the next. Now, I would try and actually explain what my issue was here, but I still haven't gotten to the bottom of it. So I'm going to stop going on some political rant and just be happy with the fact that they let us through.
Alright! So all seems to be well. Obviously, customs, I can't film any of it, but yeah, for a second there I thought I was going to miss my ferry. It pays to be on time, people. I had an hour to spare, so I'm in the queue, I'm going to board the ship in a minute, and then we can rock and roll through to Ireland. It is too early for this
Success.
customs officers in Ireland have a good joke with me about driving around in a giant gingerbread house and then they send me on my merry way. But the rest of my 2 to 3 hour journey is not a pleasant one to say the least. I drive straight into a storm and I have to fight with the bus to keep it facing in a straight line. I also see 2 lorries on the side of the road that have been completely blown over by the forces of the winds. But eventually, even though I have a new warning light on the dash, which I have no idea what it means, I get to my hotel.
Well, these guys actually have space for a bus. How good is that? Radisson Blue, double points. I am so glad that journey is over. Woo! That was sketchy.
Reload gingerbread.
Yes, please.
This is hard work.
Dude, it's like brand freaking new.
Where did I park again?
Reload gingerbread.
I forget which place we're in. Hang on, that's right. So we're just getting set up. Limerick. Getting all the stock ready. Are you ready, dude? You ready? You ready to rock and roll, yeah? Okay, cool. How's your brother? Is he ready? Because he's the angry one, isn't he? Yeah? All right. Looking all fresh for today. Sadly, the weather is not looking too clever.
So it's probably not been very obvious on film, but I've had quite a lot of trouble with the claw, and I've had it apart a few times because sometimes it just freezes up and it just doesn't work. But so we filled it up. I'm gonna have another go. I've actually rejigged the cable in it slightly to see if it works. So let's check it and see if I can get it to work properly.
Right, here we go. It should go back in that corner.
Perfect.
Limerick is a lovely old-school medium-sized town sort of towards the southwest of Ireland, and when you look around its shopping centre you can tell it's not a major city. It doesn't have all the big brands and the huge department stores. So when a very well-known online retailer comes to a town like this, plonks a bus in the middle of it for some free stuff, you can imagine its locals are pretty excited. And we were amazed because they turned up all day long in big numbers.
So I've had a few issues with the big wheel again upstairs. It came off again. It was put together with glue and tape and it just doesn't work. So, but I did manage to get a cab, get some tools, and it's back on there. Let's hope it works.
Here we go, here we go. Good spin for camera, right? Oh yeah, good spin. Woo-hoo. One hot chocolate, please, madame.
No problem.
So is this the Belgian one, yeah?
Yeah.
Yummy.
Got marshmallows and cream?
Yes, please.
No problem.
Pete, there's a hot chocolate.
Yes, thank you very much. It's all right.
gingerbread.
And we are out of here. Man, that was busy. Just trying to make sure that I negotiate this rush hour traffic carefully. And as long as that is the road to Dublin, we are on it. Whoop, whoop. That's not ideal. Kind of blocking the road here. Right, see if we can get past this without it exploding. That is not ideal.
Luckily, the random car that is on fire doesn't affect my onward journey, because tomorrow's event is back in Dublin, so I still have to make the 2 to 3 hour journey across the country. But there is one big difference.
Reload gingerbread.
First of all, the next 2 days the bus will be in the same location, and secondly, it is the final date on the tour. So when I eventually get there, you can imagine how relieved I am that the bus has technically made every single commercial commitment it set out to do. How has it been another 17-hour day? When I get to the bus the next morning, the key snaps in the padlock. Not a great start, but this is what we do to padlocks that don't play along. Apart from that issue, we are ready for the big final hurrah.
So it's 9:30 and they're already queuing.
Unlucky. Who's next? Oh, might have that, might have that. Yeah!
So it is officially the last day of the SHEIN tour, and on this glorious moment the sun has even decided to come out. I have absolutely loved every bit of it, but I am ready to sleep in my own bed and go home to see my family, but we're gonna rock and roll one more day and then head on back.
First of all, you're going to have to pretend that you're really excited, right? Wave your arms around. That's it, that's it, that's it, that's it. And come on, a bit more. You, especially you, Patty. Come on! Ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Hey, are you ready, my man?
Yeah, I'm ready.
He's ready, he's ready. You're
He's
good.
ready.
All right, the soldiers. Are you ready? Are you ready? Yes. Are you ready? Yes. Ladies, are we ready for video? Ready?
No.
I love the way you thought it was a picture. And
Are you ready and you're already recording?
yeah, that's right. Okay. This is ready. Clothing is ready. Everything's ready. Ready.
Ready.
3, 2, what was that? That was it. Let's double check. This is not going to fall off the wall today. It's going to work. Good. Ladies, are you ready?
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much for being here. Makeup's ready. Christmas decorations are ready.
New photos today. Yeah.
We are ready. Here we go. Oh, you might have that. I am fishing.
spin. Here we go. Oh, wow. The last 2 days fly by without any major hiccups, apart from a generator alarm which luckily turns out to be nothing. On the Sunday though, we can really tell that word has spread throughout Dublin about our presence because the queues reach new record distances. And as you can imagine, we comfortably achieve our targets and add some more for good measure.
Willow gingerbread.
There we go, amazing tour, but such a long time to be away from home with an ever-growing family, and I have to give big praise to my other half, Holly, because she dealt with a 3-year-old and effectively a newborn with the help from mums. And yeah, it must have been really tough, and I'm sorry I had to go at this awkward timing, but these things are just the way they are. So, but luckily she nailed it and everybody was fine. Annoyingly though, when I got back we all got very ill, and we have been for some time. That's why some elements of this video are missing, but not to worry, we're all on the mend and we're actually just getting ready now to celebrate Christmas and have a happy new year. So all is well. The big thank yous go out to SHEIN, the client, for making this all possible, Raccoon for sticking this all together, especially Anthony, my road manager, for nailing the schedule. It was like a complicated Chinese puzzle backwards. So well done, mate. And a big thank you, of course, to all the teams of people that we worked with on the road. They all did their bit and we didn't really have any major problems, which is quite something for a 2-week extravaganza. But the biggest thank you of all goes out to all the Pete and his bus fans that came out and saw me. It was a really humbling experience. You know who you are. I've got some pictures. I'll be playing them in the background. Yeah, thank you so much, guys. Really, really lovely. These tours can be quite lonely, you know, because you're on the road by yourself a lot. So to see smiling faces and Pete and his bus chat every now and then was really, really great. Thank you all so much for watching. Guys, I hope you all have a lovely Christmas and a happy new year, and you will see Pete and his bus in 2024. Bye.
And there we are, guys, home sweet home. I am actually quite impressed with this good old plastic box.